Hey there, Trekkers and Trekkies. Got a quick little video for you. It is one of my favorite times of year. It is when we get the new Ships of the Line calendar. Um, I meant to look this up before. I got to trying to think of how long have they been doing this. I know. I think it was 2005 was the first year I got one of these. I don't remember for sure if that was the first year that they started doing them. Um, if that's the case, that'd be kind of cool. That means that next year will be the 20th anniversary. I've actually got a whole bunch of my old calendars um, that I've not shown on here at all, that I've thought about just going through one day and doing a video of just looking at them. But I want to show this off because I enjoy these, and I've never really taken a chance to share them with any of y'all. And because I got last year's, which was great. But these are really cool. If you've never seen the Ships of the Line, well, welcome. What it is it's a calendar that they put out every year for Star Trek fans, that they show that they do all brand new art for the ships, and a lot of them it's actually like designers from the shows and stuff. Especially they'll do a big centerfold type thing is their big special one, and that's usually somebody like Probert or Drexler or one of the original designers from like the shows and the movies and such. So without too much more ado, let's just get into it and take a look. So this is the 2024 Ships of the Line. This is the first year that they actually have done plastic free. It didn't come in any plastic packaging. It actually has this little sticker on the back just to kind of hold that closed, and it pops open, which you've now gotten a sneak peek of some of what's going to be in here. And let me see if this is, there we go. Get that fold back, and it's got this cardboard piece that they put in the middle to hold it stiff. Take that out and get rid of it. So for January, one of my favorite new ships, the USS Cerritos from Lower Decks. And we've got this space station here. Do they have... I don't see any labeling on the space station. But there's a New Orleans class, a Nova, an Akira, a Steam Runner. There's a Daedalus class down here, and an Excelsior class, all docked at the ship, or at the space station. This piece is done by Matt Boardman, and I'm going to be honest, I don't know much about any of these artists. But I know that they do some amazing work. And this one, it's called USS Cerritos Homeward Bound. So I'm guessing that they're going on shortly. Looks like that might be Earth in the background. It could be something else. I'm not certain. But I do like that design. Really awesome artwork. Look forward to looking at that for a month. And then this is cool. This is a big, beautiful picture of a D'Deridex class warbird. It's the title of this is Way of the Riansu, which I'm guessing is supposed to be the name of the ship. This one is done by Kenneth Villanueva. And I think the thing I actually appreciate about this is that you can actually see something in this art design that you could never really make out in the show. Even in Deep Space Nine, once they started doing the CGI models and all, is that this is the deflector dish located here on the front of the ship. It always just looked like, if you looked at it, even if you had like the little models, like I've got the Playmates version, it just looks like a weird dimple in the ship. But I love this, and you can see the windows are all beautifully clear all through. I really do like this. And it looks like it's coming out of like a nebula or something. Great piece for February. Then for March, this is actually one of my favorite versions of the Enterprise bridge. This is from Star Trek VI. This is the 1701A bridge from Star Trek VI. The Undiscovered Country, which that's all it says, main bridge, Star Trek VI. This was done by Donnie Versiga? If any of these artists ever happen to watch this video, I do apologize if I'm screwing up your name. But yeah, this is actually really cool. They've not done many interiors in the past on these calendars. It's usually just the outsides of ships like these on the previous pages. But they've taken in the last couple of years to starting to do some interiors. And I really do like this, showing this big picture of the empty bridge. You've got the science station, the con and navigation station here, helmet navigation, and you got the captain's chair with the big displays behind him. Love this. Really good work. I mean, the fact that this is not a picture of a set. This was rendered entirely on a computer and looks this good. Awesome. So, April. This is a cool one. So, we've got, this is called Fate of the Venture, which if you look here on the front of the saucer section of this Galaxy class ship, this is the USS Venture. NCC, I believe that's 71854. Appears to be in a battle with a couple of Romulan warbirds. Maybe one of these is the Rahansu from a few pages back. And we see that obviously the saucer has separated from the star drive section, and all of the lifeboats are being ejected, which is a really cool picture. I like the stuff like this because it's kind of the this is the thing that you never see in the show kind of stuff. These moments, like, yeah, we saw a saucer separation in Generations, but we almost, First Contact, I think, is literally one of the only times that we ever saw a lifeboat ejection. So now May, this one is titled She'll Launch and She'll Be Ready. So obviously this is just before Star Trek the Motion Picture. This is the Enterprise 1701 getting its refit, and this was done by Marty Miller. And this is, of course, one of the first times that we've ever seen a bridge module replacement. It's something that has been talked about, and it gets talked about in the books a whole lot, is that the bridge has the ability to separate and be changed out from time to time. So really cool to see that. And it's hard to see, but if you actually look really close in the windows along here, especially that one right there, you can see a couple of guys. Let me see how close I can get this to the camera. You can see a couple of space-suited folks in there working. Of course, there's people all over the hull of the ship. Love that. Then this one, for June, We've got the background looks to be something sort of like V'ger. Not real sure what's going on there, but this is a ship called the USS Gregory Jean, which, if I recall, he was one of the artists who worked on, I think it was original series, maybe Next Generation. I don't fully remember right this minute. Went by Greg Jean, typically in the credits, and this one was actually done by John Eves, which I know that John Eves was one of the designers on. I think he started on Next Gen, and then worked through Deep Space Nine, Voyager, and all the others. He may have come in a little later. I don't remember now. I know he's been around in Star Trek for a while. Don't have a clue what class this starship's supposed to be. This is definitely like a Picard era ship. These are some newer nacelles that we've got going on here. And you don't typically see the registry. Actually, I just realized this registry is a 10,000, or no, 103,000. This has got to be post-Picard then, because even in the Picard era, ships were still like they were. I think there was like 89,000, 90,000. I don't think they had broached 100,000 yet in any season of Picard. So this is possibly somewhere in the later 2410s kind of era. Be interested to know more about that one. And this is the big special. This is the centerfold for this year. It's let me just do the whole thing, and yeah. So illustration and rendering by Christopher Cushman. The primary ship designed by Doug Drexler. Vehicle reference provided by John Eves. Android Monkey Designs and Bill Campbell. Typography reference provided by Mike Okuda. Background assistance provided by David Alexander. So this is a amazing, beautiful cutaway of the Enterprise NX-01 after its refit, with the star drive section added down below, with the upgraded Warp 6 or 7. Warp 7. Yeah, Warp 7 engine. I've actually got the information here on everything. And it has labels for everything. You can see there are numbers all through here, and then you can come down here and figure out what you're looking at. And it says that is the Warp 7 core right down there. I always do love a good cutaway. These are really incredible. A couple of years ago, they did the Daedalus class cutaway, and that one, oh God, I love that one. Definitely one of my favorites. So now we get to my birthday for next year, July. This one is called The Fox and the Hound. It is the Enterprise A being chased by a couple of D7 Katinga class Klingon cruisers. I think they're supposed to be Klingons. I don't see Klingon or Romulan markings on them, so I'm going to assume they're Klingon, but I could be wrong about that. But yeah, these, considering it was a design shared by both. This one was done by, I believe that's going to be pronounced Alan Rivard. Could be Alain Rivard. Now we have, this is another one that's really interesting. This is, the title of this piece is called Nocturne. This is for August. And we've got 3 ships that don't really look like any exact ships that we've seen. Like this one's got sort of a Enterprise Constitution class look to it. but this one is completely different design. We've never seen nacelles quite like this. This is done by Bill Kraus. Uh, I think he's one of the artists who he started maybe with Enterprise and has been around working on a lot of the newer series. But I'd be interested to know. I'd be interested in seeing more of this big one here, because it's obviously we've got from the Star Drive section there appears to be two necks that connect up to the saucer. So that's interesting, but I kind of like it. Um, yeah. So now we've got. This is by Thomas Marone. This one's called Sleeping Giant. Is this the. Yeah, this is the Enterprise F. Yeah. This is the Enterprise F, which we saw in Picard Season 3 for about 30 seconds. And it seems to be in some kind of comet, coming out of some kind of comet that has a Borg ship. You can see some of it down here, frozen into it somehow. I do like this design. This, of course, the design originally came from the Star Trek Online game, and it's become very popular with the fans. It's a good design. Do enjoy it. So let's get to October. Which this is called FOD, Foreign Object Debris Management Detail. It was done by Louis Niven. So we've got a Constitution class ship, NCC 1717, that appears to be moving through some kind of debris field. And we've got a couple of shuttles using tractor beams to move some rocks around. 1717, I feel like that's the Yorktown, but I can't. Trying to see if there's anywhere on here that I can make it out, and I'm not seeing it. That's okay. Somebody probably knows. I might be wrong, but I think it might be the Yorktown. Now then, November. This is another really cool one, and I want to see the movie for this. It's called You Have Been Dishonored. It's by D.M. Phoenix. And it's one of the first times that the centerfold got something other than the centerfold got a sort of a description thing. And basically it's saying that a Starfleet ship got lost, the Klingons found it, and they rebuilt it using Klingon parts. So it's this weird sort of Klingon Starfleet hybrid ship that they were trying to use to attack the Federation. Which it looks badass. I love the Katinga style engines. The only thing that looks a little bit weird is this sort of thing that they've added around the bottom of the Star Drive section with the gun below it. I like the use of the gun up here. This is okay. This looks a little silly down here. But I do overall, that is really cool. So, finally, December. It's called Rendezvous with USS Nomadic. It's by Dan Yuyino. I'm going to guess is how that's pronounced. We've got 2 pages. 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 2 pages Okay, so this ship is called the Onimaru, which must mean that this ship is the Nomadic, is what I would guess. Don't know what either of these classes are. This one's it's very similar to the Saber. I think is the one that looks like that, um, or at least sort of similar. It's obviously quite different, but it's very small. You can see that there's only a couple of window. Actually, you might not think glare. This ship is definitely smaller than the Defiant, even. But this ship, it looks like it's probably close to size with something like the Sovereign class Enterprise E, maybe slightly smaller. But these are again really cool designs. Do love them, and yeah. So that is the Ships of the Line calendar. That you can get that, have really cool new original Star Trek artwork hanging up in your kitchen or office or living room or wherever you want some beautiful artwork. I just realized the front cover, this I think is from a calendar from a couple of years back now. That's not actually even in the calendar this year. I think this is from, I don't know, I think it was like 2015 or something. I'll have to go see if I can find it. But that is going to be it for this one. I hope you enjoyed this. It's not quite so quick, but little look at the Ships of the Line calendar for 2024. You should go pick one up. They're pretty cool. And that's it for this week, and I'll see you next time.
If you enjoy my videos and want to see more, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. Also, you can support the show by signing up on Patreon, or head over to Zazzle to pick up prints of my artwork, prints on canvas, t-shirts, and other merch. You can find me on social media. For more information and updates on the channel, all info is below. If you didn't enjoy the video, why are you still here? Do you want a song? Ba, ba, black sheep, have you any wool? Yes, them, 3 bags full. One for the master, who can screw himself. You can listen to somebody else.